Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have some meal prep motivation for you. I'm starting off by making some vegetable dip with 1 pack of the ranch dips and 16 ounces of sour cream. Now I'm going to wash my fruit, some strawberries and grapes in cold water and vinegar, and then of course I'm going to let those soak so I can prepare them. Now I'm cutting up about 5 grapefruits. This is what I eat for breakfast in the morning. It gives me a nice little refreshing breakfast so I don't feel really heavy while I'm working. So I just cut up those grapefruits and put them in little containers so that I can just grab and go on my way to work. Honestly though, my husband packs my lunch for me, so he grabs and goes, not me. Okay, here I'm preparing the strawberries for my son. My son loves to have strawberries with his dinner, a little treat for him. These strawberries were really big, but surprisingly very sweet. Okay, and then those grapes, I'm just drying them off and putting them into a mason jar. My husband likes the grapes, so I like the grapefruit. My son likes the strawberries, and my husband likes the grapes. So we all have our favorites. Okay, here I'm just seeding some cucumbers. I cut them in half, and I'm just scraping the seeds out so that I can use them for dipping into that vegetable dip. I don't like cucumber seeds, and I feel like the cucumbers last longer if I take the seeds out. They don't get all soggy. So I'm just putting those into a container to have for snacking. And now I'm doing the exact same thing, preparing some celery now for snacking. I just clean the celery. I wash it, but then I take a paper towel and wipe out. It's like a damp paper towel. And I wipe out the celery on both sides just to make sure there's no dirt on the celery. And I'll be using this for snacking as well. And I think I'm going to end up making some chicken salad, but that will not be in this video. Okay, once I have that celery prepared, I'm just going to cover it up and start working on my Brussels sprouts and turnips. So I put my Brussels sprouts with vinegar and water and let them soak while I peeled and sliced up my turnips for roasting. Turnips are a decent alternative to potatoes. They do have kind of a bitter taste, but texturally, they're probably the closest to potatoes that you can get, without it being such a high carb option. We are not keto, but we are looking to reduce our carbs to keep my husband's A1C at a good rate. He is not diabetic, but he is pre-diabetic, and we don't want him to become diabetic. So now I'm just slicing up those Brussels sprouts. I just cut off the ends and then slice them in half. I'm laying them on a baking sheet with some olive oil, some salt, and pepper, and then I'm going to roast those in the oven with the turnips. All right, next I'm going to prepare some broccoli. I'm preparing 2 broccoli crowns. One of the crowns I use for snacking, for vegetable dipping, and the other one I'm actually cutting and slicing into big broccoli stalks or stems. I don't know what you call it, but I'm going to roast that. And of course, I'm using my signature olive oil, salt, and pepper. I think I threw some garlic powder on there too. I'm going to roast those in the oven. This particular day, we were having company over, so I was putting some chicken wings on the grill along with some salmon, and I'm just washing those and drying them off, and then I'm going to season them with some barbecue seasoning, a little bit of Lawry seasoning salt, some pepper, garlic, paprika, and of course some olive oil, and then I'm mixing it all up. And I'm just going to put it to the side so that I can put it right out on the grill. And here I'm preparing some chicken breast for the week. That's just so I can kind of cook it. And if we need chicken breast for salads, or if I'm making a recipe that calls for chicken breast, then I'll have it already prepared. I like to rub the seasoning in the breast because we know chicken breast is not very flavorful. And I cut some corn off the cob for fried corn for our company. And then I am just putting oil, some barbecue seasoning, salt, pepper, garlic, and paprika on some salmon. And I'm going to put that on the grill. And there's my little buddy. He's coming to hang out with mommy for a minute and ask me what I'm doing. And I'd like to rub the seasonings in really well. And I'm just going to put that to the side so that it can go right onto the grill. And I cut my aluminum foil, so I actually had to change the pan because I put too many slices in the pan originally cutting it. I should not have been so lazy. But I put it on a new pan and then put that out on the grill for dinner. All right, the last thing I'm going to do is take this shrimp and season it with my signature salt, pepper, garlic powder, paprika. This time I put a little barbecue seasoning on it because that's going on the grill on some skewers. Mixed it up really well. Of course, I have my olive oil, and I'm just going to put the shrimp onto skewers for our barbecue, our little, small barbecue we were having for that night. And that is the meal prep that I did for this particular week. I hope that gave you some motivation to get some meal prepping done as well. All right, guys, have a great day, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.